Hello everyone. Today I will be discussing important points from orthopedics. These are the high yielding points from orthopedics. First one is, which type of collagen is present in the bones? Which type of collagen is present in the bones? Type 1. Type 1 collagen is present in the bones. It gives tensile strength to the bones. Second one is, most metabolically active layer in the long bone. Which is the most metabolically active layer in the long bone, that is endosteum. Third one is, first carpal bone to ossify is capitate. First carpal bone to ossify is capitate. Most common bone fracture overall is clavicle. This is the most common bone fracture overall. Most common bone involved in stress fracture is tibia. Most common site of fracture in clavicle is junction of medial 2/3 and lateral 1/3. Junction of medial 2/3 and lateral 1/3 is the most common site of fracture in clavicle. Investigation of choice of rotator cuff injury is MRI. So I will be telling only important points. In this session, I will be telling only important high yielding points to be remembered for upcoming exams. This is revision session. Don't write anything, just watch the video, just listen. I will upload notes in my Telegram group. So MRI is investigation of choice of rotator cuff injury. What is Bankhart's lesion? What is Bankhart's lesion? These are high yield topics. Bankhart's lesion is avulsion of antero-inferior part of glenoid labrum. This is the most common cause of recurrent anterior shoulder dislocation. Next one is Hill-Sachs lesion. This is the bony defect at posterolateral aspect of the head of humerus. So I will be discussing only high yield points. What is the most common cause of pathological fracture? Most common cause of pathological fracture is osteoporosis. What is Perkins traction? What is Perkins traction? This is used in fracture of shaft of femur in adults. This traction is used in fracture shaft of femur in adults. Next one is turnbuckle cast, where we will use turnbuckle cast. We will use in scoliosis. Next one is Salter-Harris classification is used for. Salter-Harris classification is used for facial trauma. 14th is 3 bony point relationship is altered in. There is something called as 3 bony point relationship. This is very important topic actually. 3 bony point relationship. This is altered in fracture of lateral condyle of humerus, fracture of medial condyle of humerus, fracture of olecranon, because these are the 3 bony points. 3 bony points relationship means these 3 bones are involved, that is lateral condyle, medial condyle and olecranon. Whereas this 3 bony point relationship is normal in supracondylar fracture of humerus. Next one is most common type of injury in Salter-Harris classification of physeal trauma. Most common is type 2. Type 2 classification of Salter and Harris, that is extra-articular injury. Type 2 is extra-articular injury. What is the example of extra-articular bony injury? That is supracondylar fracture of humerus. Next one is most common complication of supracondylar fracture of humerus is malunion. This malunion causes cubitus varus or gunstock deformity, which is one of the important topic. Cubitus varus. 17th is most common fracture causing compartment syndrome in adult. Most common fracture causing compartment syndrome in adult is fracture of proximal tibia. This is the most common fracture causing compartment syndrome in adult, whereas in children, most common fracture causing compartment syndrome is supracondylar fracture. 18th is one of the important topic is myositis ossificans. One of the important topic is myositis ossificans. This is the ectopic benign pathological bone formation. Usually it is one of the delayed complication of supracondylar fracture of humerus. This is benign condition. There is ectopic bone formation. Most common joint involved is elbow. This myositis ossificans occurs due to passive manipulation or giving massage. Most common complication of fracture of lateral condyle of humerus. Most common complication of fracture of lateral condyle humerus is lateral bony spur formation. This bony spur formation is the most common complication of fracture of lateral condyle of humerus, whereas most common complication of lateral condylar humerus requiring surgery is non-union. This bony spur formation do not require any surgery, whereas most common complication requiring surgery is non-union. This non-union causes a deformity called as cubitus valgus. Cubitus valgus. Next point is, what is nursemaid's elbow? Nursemaid's elbow. Nursemaid's elbow means there is distal subluxation of head of the radius. There is distal subluxation of head of radius. Next point is, what is Monteggia fracture? These are the important topics. Monteggia's fracture, very important. Monteggia fracture means there is fracture of proximal 1/3 of ulnar shaft and radial head dislocation. There is proximal 1/3 of ulnar shaft fracture and radial head dislocation. There is one more fracture, that is Galeazzi fracture. This is also important topic. In this, there is fracture of shaft of radius at the junction of middle and distal 1/3 along with distal radio-ulnar joint disruption. In this Monteggia fracture, there is fracture of ulna, whereas in Galeazzi, there is fracture of radius along with distal radio-ulnar joint disruption. Next point is, most common complication of Colles fracture is finger stiffness. Most common complication of Colles fracture is finger stiffness, whereas second most common complication is malunion. Next point is, there is some syndrome called as Holt-Oram syndrome. Holt-Oram syndrome. What are the components of this Holt-Oram syndrome? It includes atrial septal defect, Fanconi's anemia, and radial club hand. I will upload the notes in Telegram group. Don't write anything, just watch the video. This is for revision purpose. Next one is, most common carpal bone involved in fracture is scaphoid. Most common carpal bone fracture is scaphoid. Next one is most common muscle involved in polio. Most common muscle involved in polio is quadriceps femoris. Next one is most common site of skull fracture is temporal bone. Most common site of skull fracture. Next one is most common mechanism involved in spinal trauma. Flexion distraction. What is Hangman's fracture? This is also one of the important. Hangman's fracture. Hangman's fracture is there is spondylolysis of second cervical vertebra with spondylolisthesis of C2 over C3 along with C2 C3 intervertebral disc disruption. There is spondylolysis of second cervical vertebra in Hangman's fracture. What is the mechanism of this Hangman's fracture? There is hyperextension followed by distraction. Next one is which is the last reflex to disappear or first reflex to reappear in a patient of spinal shock? Which reflex will appear first after spinal shock? That is bulbocavernous reflex. This reflex will reappear first after spinal shock. This is in males, whereas in females we will see anal wink. Next one is what is Kite's angle? Where we will see Kite's angle. Kite's angle is seen in CTEV, that is club foot. Next one is which nerve is compressed in carpal tunnel syndrome? That is medial nerve. Median nerve is compressed in carpal tunnel syndrome at wrist. Next one is most common cause of osteomyelitis overall is Staph aureus. Most common cause of osteomyelitis is Staph aureus. Whereas most common cause of osteomyelitis in sickle cell disease is Salmonella. In IV drug abusers, the most common organism is Pseudomonas. Next one is what is the pathological hallmark of chronic osteomyelitis? What is the pathological hallmark of chronic osteomyelitis? That is sequestrum formation. Sequestrum formation is the pathological hallmark in chronic osteomyelitis. What is the clinical hallmark? Clinical hallmark is sinus formation. This sequestrum is the nidus of infection. This is the nidus of infection. It is dead, radiodense, and it is necrotic. It is non-viable piece of bone. This sequestrum formation is seen in chronic osteomyelitis. Next one is most common bone involved in Brodie's abscess. Most common bone involved in Brodie's abscess, that is subacute osteomyelitis. Most common bone is tibia. Brodie's abscess. Next one is most common joint involved in septic arthritis. Septic arthritis is an important topic. Septic arthritis, it is a surgical emergency. What is the most common joint involved in septic arthritis? Knee joint. Knee joint is more commonly involved than hip. The most common organism is Staph aureus. Next one is most common bone involved in tuberculosis. In tuberculosis, most common bone is spine. Usually TB involves lungs. It involves most commonly lungs, after that lymph nodes, and it also involves genitourinary tract Then it involves skeleton. In skeleton, most commonly it involves spine. Next one is most common cause of hemarthrosis of knee. Most common cause of hemarthrosis of knee is ACL tear, that is anterior cruciate ligament tear. Next one is most common donor tendon graft used is, we will use tendon graft. What is the most common donor tendon graft? We will use semitendinosus and gracilis. Next one, what is the investigation of choice of knee ligament injury? In knee ligament injury, what is the investigation of choice? We will use MRI. Whereas, what is the gold standard? Gold standard investigation in ligament injuries, arthroscopy. Next one is, what are the features of CTEV shoes? This is one of the important topic, CTEV shoes. There is no heel in CTEV shoes and inner border is straight and there is raising of outer shoe. There is no heel, straight inner border and outer shoe raised. Next one is, what is jumper's fracture? What is jumper's fracture? It is H-shaped fracture of sacrum. It is sacral fracture. What is bumper's fracture? Bumper's fracture is fracture of lateral tibial condyle. Jumpers and bumpers. Next one is most radio-resistance bone tumor. Radio-resistance bone tumor is osteosarcoma. What is the most radio-resistant bone tumor is osteosarcoma. Whereas most common bone tumor is metastasis. Most common bone tumor is metastasis, whereas most common primary malignant bone tumor is multiple myeloma. Next one is soap bubble appearance on X-ray. This is also one of the important question. Soap bubble appearance on X-ray is seen in which condition? We will see in giant cell tumor. Giant cell tumor or osteoclastoma. In osteoclastoma, we will find a soap bubble appearance on X-ray. Next one is most common site of metastasis in osteosarcoma. Most common site of metastasis in osteosarcoma is lung. In osteosarcoma, most common bone involved is distal femur. This is the most common site of metastasis, whereas most common bone involved is distal femur. Next one is onion skin or onion peel appearance on X-ray is seen in which condition? Onion peel appearance on X-ray is seen in Ewing's sarcoma. This onion appearance is due to periosteal reaction. Next one is, what is the pathogenesis involved in osteogenesis imperfecta? Osteogenesis in osteogenesis imperfecta, there is defect in type 1 collagen synthesis. There is defect in type 1 collagen synthesis in osteogenesis imperfecta. So, this is also called as brittle bone disease. There is multiple long bone fractures. In this condition, there is multiple long bone fractures. Next one is, what is the X-ray hallmark of osteomalacia? X-ray hallmark of osteomalacia, that is Looser's zone. Looser's zone is the X-ray hallmark of osteomalacia. These are the ribbon-shaped translucencies. Next one is, what is the first X-ray sign of osteoarthritis? First X-ray sign of osteoarthritis, that is asymmetrical reduction of joint space. There is asymmetrical reduction of joint space. Asymmetrical reduction of joint space in osteoarthritis. This is the first sign on X-ray in osteoarthritis. These are the 50 important high yielding points from the orthopedic subject. These are the important points and topics for the upcoming PG entrance exam. I will also upload the rapid revision series for other subjects also. If you like this video, please click like button and share this video to your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more videos and rapid series. Thank you.